Okay, guys, so this is gonna be a short vlog. I still don't really feel good. I don't know if I'm getting a cold or my allergies will bother me or what, but anyway, I thought it'd be a good time. I don't think anybody in the top 25 played tonight, so I am just gonna go ahead and I was looking at ESPN's website, and it was they have a ranking system other than the OPI called the BPI, and it actually takes in consideration players being injured and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty cool. I like it. But anyway, ESPN has as number one seeds has Louisville projected as number one seed, Duke, Florida, and Indiana. I do kind of agree with Florida. They have the number twos. They have Gonzaga, Kansas, Syracuse, and Michigan. I agree with Michigan. I agree with Kansas. I don't know if I agree with Gonzaga. I probably agree with Gonzaga being a number two seed. Like I said, I had a hard time putting them at number two. It's just because they don't. Their strength of schedule's like way low, and it's just really tough to know how good Gonzaga is. Same way with Butler, but as you've seen a couple years ago, Butler made it to back-to-back national championship games. So it's tough to know. It's just tough. I mean, who would have guessed that? And that wasn't a fluke. It happened 2 years in a row. So I don't know. Gonzaga might be getting gypped a little bit, but they have. This is what teased me off. I've already talked about this, but they have Miami, a 4 seed. How in this world do you put Miami as a 4 seed? They are still one game up on Duke. They beat Duke 90-63 at home. I mean, they were at home. It was in Miami. They won 90-63. How do you put Duke above Miami? Duke played at Miami Miami played at Duke last week, and Duke had color back. And Miami only lost by 3 points. So how in this world do you put Miami a 4 seed? I think Miami should be a 1 right now, honestly. There's a team on the rise too I wanted to talk about, North Carolina. I think they are starting to pick it up and play pretty good. I think they are a dangerous team. I think ESPN today said that Roy Williams might get Coach of the Year. I mean, if they beat Duke this weekend. But again, I don't know how you don't put Miami as a number 1 seed right now. It is shocking to me how you don't put Miami as a number 1 seed. I almost say Duke should be at number 2 right now. I don't know. But Florida and Kansas, they're all in the running for number 1 seed. Indiana might be knocked out too. I said that yesterday. But Michigan should definitely be a number 2, but Michigan is in the running for number 1. The Big Ten could have a 5-way tie or a 4-way tie for the Big Ten regular season championship. It is just absolutely crazy. If you look at the setup of it. Yeah, I think they have Michigan State and Ohio State projected at a 3 seed. I could see that. I could see Michigan State getting a 2 seed, though, to be honest. But Ohio State, I'd say a 3. I think that's about right. But, yeah, like I said, I haven't felt well. I don't know if it's just because it's starting to warm up or what, but I just haven't felt well, so I was going to make this vlog really short. I could, I will briefly, I'm going to go a little bit more detail tomorrow about the Indiana-Michigan game. An important game tomorrow is Duke and North Carolina. And North Carolina, there's a lot of people saying they're going to upset Duke. North Carolina's playing a lot better, but this game at Michigan, I'm starting to feel like Indiana's just going to go in there and win now. I haven't felt that way all season, but now I'm thinking they're going to go in there and win because it just seems like everybody thinks Michigan's going to win, and I think Indiana's going to be motivated. And you know how I've talked about Indiana being motivated and sometimes they're not motivated. Well, I think they're going to be motivated for this, because if they don't win, the potential of a slight disaster ending to the season is there. Because if they lose, if they win, okay, listen, if Indiana beats Michigan, they'll be they're already a locked #1 seed in the Big Ten tournament, like I said yesterday. But if they win, they are sole regular season champs of the Big Ten, first time since 1993. If they lose, they're potentially in a 4-way tie, and that could possibly kick them down to a #2 seed, depending on how they do in the tournament and in the Big Ten tournament and stuff like that. So this Michigan game is huge, and the difference between winning and losing is quite a bit. And all they had to do is beat Ohio State in Assembly Hall, and they just didn't. So it's just unbelievable. It's senior night. Just unbelievable. But also, if Indiana loses against Michigan, that will mean they've lost 3 out of the last 4. Not good. I know I've talked about the ACC and the Big Ten. I want to focus in on the SEC now. And as we get closer, I will talk more and more about bubble teams and have some bubble talk. And talk a lot more about what to expect Selection Sunday. And there wasn't really any big games today, so this week coming up it's going to be crazy. Championship week, but the SEC is interesting. Florida is the only team who's locked into the tournament, I believe. ESPN has them as the #1 seed. I don't know, man. That's a close call. I could see them getting a #2, not necessarily a #1, but I could see them getting a #1. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting where Florida lands as a seed in the tournament. Then you have a whole bunch of teams: Kentucky, Missouri, Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas, who's on the bubble, who still has work to do to get into the tournament, and every one of those teams has the potential to get into the tournament, depending on how they play the final 2 days of the regular season schedule, and then next week conference tournament. But Kentucky, like we've already talked about, Kentucky 22-10 overall, 11-6 in the SEC. They'll right now I have them as out. They're right on the bubble, but I just think they're out without Noel. They're like 3-4 since he went out. They are 1-3 against top 25 teams. They haven't. They're 15-2 at home, 4-7 on the road. Then you have Missouri, who's 22-8 overall, 11-6 in the conference. I think right now you have to give them in. I mean, put them in. They'll, but they've only had 2 road victories in the conference. They're 2-7. That's the thing that kills them. But at the same time, they're 3-2 against the top 25. So they've got 3 wins against the top 25. But they're 2-7 on the road, and that kind of killed them. So Missouri's a little crazy. Ole Miss is 11-6, 22-8 overall, and they don't have 1 win against the top 25, and but they've had a road victory. I mean, they're 5-6 on the road, and then Alabama. I think Alabama's out. 0-3 against top 25, not 1 win. They're 11-6 in the SEC, 19-11 overall. I think Alabama's out. Tennessee is an interesting one. I think they'll in. They're 3-2 against the top 25, and they're 4-7 on the road. But 3 wins against the top 25. I think you have to put Tennessee in. Arkansas, I think they're out. 1-3 against the top 25, 1-9 on the road. So as of right now, I think you have to put Florida in the SEC. I think you put Missouri by the skin of their teeth in. And I think you put Tennessee. I think Tennessee has to go in. I think they deserve to be in. And then Kentucky, flip a coin. It just depends on if the selection committee is in a good mood or not. But that's as of right now. Like I said, there's still a lot of basketball to be played between now and Selection Sunday. So I'm expecting the SEC to put in 3 to 4 teams. Honestly, I almost say you put them in. I really do. I mean, yesterday I said no, but I really do think you have to put Kentucky in. I mean, the SEC probably deserves 4 teams in the tournament. I can't see the selection committee only putting 3 teams out of the SEC in. But I'm telling you, I mean, a lot of those teams they're on the bubble. They're right there, and that's what I'm saying. Kentucky's even better than Arkansas and some of these other teams. They really are. I mean, they've like Alabama 0-3 against top 25 teams. Alabama's definitely out. You just can't put Alabama in. So I think Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, possibly Kentucky out of the SEC goes into the tournament, but I don't know. Like I said, I'll probably do another conference oil this week. I just felt like zeroing in on the SEC. It's just an interesting conference. A lot of teams on the bubble, and hopefully I could talk more and have more bubble talk, in the future here. This is a very interesting time of the year. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good day. Until next time, tomorrow, peace.